So today we have got the La Liga team of the season. We've got some monstrous players, as we can imagine, with Vini, with Rafinha, Mbappe, Yamal coming in on top, and as well having some very nice cheap players. We've obviously got the likes of Griezmann and also Valverde holding up their end of the bargain. This is, I believe, the final team of the season we're going to get. Whether we do see Ultimate, I actually don't know if they've confirmed that or not. It probably has. Normally we do at the very minimum, but this is it. We're going into the footies, into the next stage of the game, which is probably going to be the end. So it will be interesting to see where we go now. And as you can imagine, with any of the last team of the seasons, we are looking at some of these players and thinking, well, if we got Koyonde at the start of the game or the start of the team of the season, he'd have been an easily 300,000 coin card. And one that was incredibly disappointing with is Lewandowski. Not only did they give him a 95 the same, which I get because they're not necessarily going to give him a crazy 97, 98 because it's just not how it works, but they've given him an incisive pass. Like, at least give him a rapid or a quick step if you are going to give him the same rating. Stats-wise, very, very similar. So unfortunately to Lewandowski, it's not his own fault for this one, but he kind of comes into a bit of a mid-category. Now, obviously with him, I think when you look at the card in itself, you could definitely get some use out of him. I just think this card could have been so much better in my opinion. He's just relying on actual in-game mechanics now. And he's got the finesse, he's got himself the low driven. The incisive pass kind of turns him into... So if you're looking for coins, check in the description for El Dorado. Depending on the coin amount that you're looking for, the delivery time is displayed on the website, and you'll see lots of different trusted sellers with reviews on specifics and also the ability to be able to pick who you want. It will also show how much they have in stock, and obviously you can see that they are verified members. There is 100% refund ability and also 24/7 support if you need any questions with your coin needs. Also, if you head over to Trustpilot as well, you can see over 30,000 upvotes for them. You can see how reliable they are. Obviously great feedback across the entire board with El Dorado. So when on checkout, make sure you are using the code JT11 for 5% off your order every time. Discount code JT11. Now let's get back to the video. A passing sort of striker, but realistically I think you're going to be looking somewhere around here. If it's my personal preference, I would go into more the usable. I think the very usable. We've got so many strikers in there. When you look at the likes of Griezmann being one of the big ones, he's definitely under the level of what you kind of anticipated for him, but he's still an exceptional striker. We've got the finesse, we've got the incisive, I know, and he's got the technical. So for him personally, it's more body type, if anything. I did really like the 94, which, to be honest, when we get into the evolution point of view, I think is going to be the better one to go with. With the incisive and the technical, we don't really need it on this striker, so I would suggest that if we do get the 96 now, it's fine. He'll do plenty of good things with the finesse, but when we do get to that 94 evolution point of view, I would possibly be looking at that, the low driven, maybe a first touch, like anything other than what he's got on his actual team of the season could be the upgrade. Both are 5/5 as well, so it is always interesting to go with. And another one that, to be honest, I was very, very disappointed with, not only Courtois, Bellingham. That's Courtois. Bellingham. Now, obviously with him, he's definitely not had the season of kind of what we imagine, but to be honest, how to keep up at that top level and not drop off at all is always difficult. But in terms of in-game, this card could have been so, like most of his cards could have been so much better. Stats-wise, we're not going to argue with. Could have done with the 90 defending. I get that he is a cam, but realistically, most people play him as a box-to-box, if anything. He's got the technical. I'm like, okay, that's fair enough. You've got then the power shot. Again, it's not necessarily the biggest one, but I'll take it. Incisive pass, finally, which is fine. And then the quick step. I mean, even as a cam, it's only okay. Like, we've got so many other cams that could do a better job as such. Yes, 97, obviously, it's going to be crazy. Like, realistically, Bellingham should be in the 4 to 5 mil mark at this point. It's just not worth it in my opinion, because you've got the 97, power shot, incisive and relentless. It's fine, like that was kind of what he was, and for the time that he's got, it was a good card. He's got one better defending. Like, realistically, this card should be way above him. You look at, obviously, the 94, the relentless technical, it's terrible. Obviously, relentless. You obviously have pinged pass and relentless. So he's always had terrible playstyle pluses other than the start with this 89. Now, the big thing with this 89 is the fact that we can make him almost better in terms of playstyle plus, intercept, pinged pass, inside it. And I know this is going really dependent on where you're playing him. If you're playing him in a cam, then obviously this is not the greatest playstyle pluses for him. But there's so many options. You go tiki-taka and Travella. You wait for that quadruple playstyle plus. You've already got a much better card. You got the technical and the rapid, technical and the finesse shot. Again, so much of an option that you can go with. And to be honest, the stats-wise are kind of there. Like, you look at the level of a card like this in comparison to this 97. We're gaining 5 on the shooting, okay? 1 passing, 7 dribbling, so I will give him that. Losing 8 defending and gaining 1 physical. Other than that massive dribbling spike, there's nothing. Like, it's genuinely crazy how underperformed this card is in terms of what he should be. Now, obviously, the card itself is still a very, very good one. I'm not going to argue with the fact that he is a great card to have. I just think he could have been better. Now, I would go into kind of like that top. I think if I was being really, really harsh and everybody would agree, I'd go into more the very usable. Now, in terms of his in-game, he will be carried by himself. It'd be like Mbappe with all passing playstyle pluses. He'd still be able to score goals. He'd still be able to do the business. Bellingham will be the same. I'm just saying he should be a much, much better card. And one that really has taken that limelight off him for me is going to be Pedri. Pedri is outrageously good. 1.2. He's obviously got himself the anticipate, the intercept, the tiki-taka, and also the incisive. Doesn't have the 5-5, which is what it is. He's got the weak foot at the minimum. Playstyles is semi-decent. He's got quite a few, but he could do with a few more if it was really, really going down to the wire with it. But stats-wise, again, massive, massive upgrade for him. You throw the anchor on him, you're going to end up with a 97, 96, 96, already having the passing and dribbling down to a T. He was already a fantastic dribbler. It's a 5-star skiller, not a weak foot, in fact. So he could have done with the weak foot. But this is the card that Bellingham should be aspiring to be like. This should be the centre mid, the cam that Bellingham should have had. Maybe with 1 less defensive playstyle plus. Like I say, I get that he is a cam, not technically a centre mid. You drop him in there. But realistically for me, that would have been the position I would have gone for. Goalkeepers then. So we have got the likes of Garcia and we also have Courtois. Kind of disappointed that Courtois only got the 92. He was my absolute shoo-in for the goalkeeper and he already had the 90. So I mean, it's not really anything too crazy. I will update to him. 23,000 is going to be one of my favourites. I love Courtois in the game. He's always going to be one of the top metas, and that's just a personal preference. He will always be that sort of card. Obviously, he's got the height for it. Garcia at 6'4". I mean, again, he's got what you can need. He's got the far throw. He's got the cross claimer, the long ball pass. I mean, he's going to be decently usable. I don't know if I'd go quite top meta for him. I think I would go more to what I know, and Courtois is kind of that sort of keeper. He's 6'7", so that's going to be my personal preference in general. So keeper's very easy to kind of deal with. So let's go to the star boy then, because honestly, I've been seeing clips left, right, and centre, and honestly, I thought the Euros was incredible for him. I didn't think that he'd actually carry on this well. Like, genuinely, he looks outrageous for how young he truly is. He's obviously 97 rated on the game. An impeccable card. This is going to be one of the years for him. He's obviously got himself the 6.6 million price tag. And he is brilliant for it. Where can he go? Oh, right mid inside. So, looking at him then. Quick step, beautiful. Finesse. Beautiful. Obviously, he's got the Travella, the technical. I mean, it's a perfect all-round card for him. He's got himself the pace, the shooting, the passing, the dribbling, even the physicality is there as well. He is a perfect card that needed the 5-5. Now, they've obviously given themselves some wiggle room with him, ready for that first 99, 5-star, 5-star. We will see him at footies. Like, there's no way that this card doesn't get a footies. Yamal is going to be potentially one of the faces of the game at some point. You can see it when a star emerges. He's definitely going to be one of them. Him and Mbappe will most definitely be that kind of yin and yang on the game. So it will be interesting to see nonetheless. Very little to say about the card, to be honest, because he is just that good. Like, I mean, I don't think anybody's got any qualms against him. He's going to be great. His 99 will be exceptional in the game. And we kind of just go from there, really. The other two wingers we did get in the game, obviously we did get a bit of Vinny and Rafinha. Again, both of them being incredibly rated. We've got a 97 on Rafinha, and we've also got a 96 on Vinny. Now, I get that Vinny maybe didn't have the season compared to last, but still, he's offered himself a great statted card in general. I would say that you'd possibly be looking for the finesse, if anything. That would kind of be the card I would personally want. But again, kind of like Bellingham, as much as he's had the rapid, so he's had a great base layer. He's just not been in any evolutions realistically. But now we are starting to see him, obviously the quick step and low driven. We then got into the finesse with obviously the winter wildcards, into the team of the year which we had, which did have the quick step finesse. They know exactly what they were doing. They were dropping him down again, ready for another upgrade for him. Now you can obviously put the 91 into a few upgrades already, and the same with the 90 just because we've had that level. So you could add the quick step and the finesse if you wanted. It's going to be a nice upgrade for the card. So that's going to be where the card really is going to lie. Rafinha, on the other hand, they went all out for him. Now, he's only had the 90 since. 3.6 mil. Incredible. He obviously got himself the quick step, the finesse, first touch, and incisive. It's a very nice card in general. He can play both sides as well, which is perfect. Should have really given him the 5-star weak foot if they wanted both sides. I think that would have added just another layer to the card. But again, they're not trying to pigeonhole themselves at the end of this game. They've already done that enough. Lewandowski both being 95. So they're kind of giving them a way out to give him that higher rated card. Obviously with him, again, they're both going to be incredible ratings. Like, there's no arguments, even if they're like Bellingham, where they're almost just a little bit undervalued compared to what they could have been. They're still exceptional. There's going to be a lot of unexceptional players in the team when you do go towards the bench. There's some players like Koyunde. I mean, I can't absolutely have any problems with him. He's got a very good base layer. You definitely can get a good use out of him as a right back or as a centre back. He's going to be fantastic in that level, in my opinion anyway. But then we do have quite a few on the bottom end, which they might be like semi-usable, like Isco. You could get some use out of him. Alvarez is going to be another one we'll come back to. But then you've kind of got your wingers, you got DePaul. They're not necessarily terrible. They're underneath the meta as such of what we've seen. Like obviously with the right back, I mean Ralu. I mean I don't know how you question mark Lu. I don't know if there's a certain word that's meant to be there, but apparently Footbin don't have it. Again, as a right back, are you really going to use him? Probably not. And it's going to be the same for someone like Aspas. Like, stats-wise, playstyle plus-wise, okay, I mean, you've got my attention, but realistically, are you got like I'm putting him here as a formality. Realistically, the usable category now is probably gone and buried, to be honest. When we do look a bit further down, then we've got obviously Alex. I'd miss out on him personally. We're being really harsh for him. Obviously, Ralu. You got DePaul. DePaul I'd still put in a little bit. And mainly the kind of big things with someone like DePaul is going to be just the evolution point of view later on. When we get to the 93s, 94s, where does he fit in there? Because the problem you've got there, you'll have the 93s that are now available, but also the meta 93s that have not been available since. So it's always going to be a catch-up game. It's kind of like when you look at the 91 strikers now. We should have the evolutions we've done prior, but everybody's looking at Mbappe. Everybody's looking at Messi, at Ronaldo, at obviously Vinny. So you're already kind of like taken away from the players that you've been evolving all this time for the new shiny thing. So it's always an interesting one to say the least. Vivian can go in the bin. Genuinely don't want to see him again. And then we've also got the Barca centre-back. Did get a future stars, which is always nice. You might get something out of him more so than anything. You do have a few objectives / SBC cards as well. So the SBC card, just hilariously for this one. And to be honest, fair play to him. He's going to be our boy Anthony. He's coming in with the 95. And to be honest, very well. Finesse, rapid, incisives, coming in at 480. I mean, fair enough to him. Genuinely, it seems to be everything's gold and rainbows with out the team. And most definitely he's got himself a nice card. Better than what he would have got during. Massive dribbling update to 99. Absolutely love it. They've obviously got a bit of physicality. Passing-wise is good. He's a standard card. Like, I mean, as a right mid, if you think of how many we've got, realistically, you're going to go more towards the usable side of stuff. But I think with the stats that he's got in general, I mean, it would have been more solidified if he got the 5-star weak foot as well. I think they could have added that level to him, but he's a solid card. I mean, genuinely, for the price that you're paying, the 99 dribbling, the chance of an evolution in the future, quadruple playstyle plus at the future as well, it's a great basis for the card. So genuinely, they've done exceptional with him in general here. Then, obviously, we've got ourselves the 2 different objectives. We have Luca Bacchio as the 92 honourable mention. We're going to come in pretty standard, to be honest, as a right wing. We got Anthony already. He's gonna be not there really, but we do have a better one in Nico Williams. Now he is the objective for the FUT champs this week. So to get him, you've got to win 10 champ final matches. Always interesting to see. He's a great card though. Tiki taka, rapid, finesse. It's a beautiful card with the 5-5. Great upgrade from his 93. Obviously stats wise is up there. And to be honest, if you did get the 93 and get the finesse on him, it's about the same card. So always keep that in mind before busting a gut trying to get this one finished. Because 10 wins, it's marginal. At least it's not the full 15. But it's still not necessarily the easiest point of view at this point where the game just isn't that involving, to be honest. So I don't blame anybody for not wanting to go too crazy on it. But also, you will potentially get another chance at this card with the 93 Evo. Alvarez, on the other hand, has gotten kind of quiet since leaving City. Rapid, press proven, low driven. He did get a lovely 94, which was nice with the 5-5. Obviously, they've carried him on. 1 stat upgrade. And this is kind of the problem they have with the upgrades on everybody. Like giving him a 1 upgrade for a team of the season is okay, but this is where they need to bridge the gap of this 99 and above, because they could have just given everybody a big upgrade and kind of made them in phases. So this was like the 90 to 94 phase for your fantasy, your future star, your FUT birthday, and then we could have had like a 96 to 99 for team of the season, and then footies is like 100 to 105. Like they really need to upgrade this so that they don't have cards like this, because you might as well have just gone with this version of him. Like genuinely, once he gets an upgrade on him, he's going to be the first to it. Get the quick step, get the finesse, get the rapid. Is going to be pretty much the same card. Now, obviously, price-wise, very, very similar. I like Lewandowski. He's going to be good, but there's going to be better strikers out there, unfortunately. Mbappe, I mean, there's very little room to kind of go with Mbappe. To be fair to him, he has got so much competition for his 91 now. He is 8 mil for this version. He's not got the finesse, which is kind of my only gripe with this card. The tiki-taka is just to stop him being that sort of card. But realistically, just give it him. Like, genuinely, he's the best striker in the game with and without it. They're just kind of trying to pigeonhole him away from being completely broken. But we've got ourselves the finesse and the low driven with this version. Like, this is the version I'm using. I mean, that's perfect. I don't need any more than that. You can use the gold and still be incredible. And now he's in evolutions. It's just that next level. So regardless of the form of Mbappe, he's going to be number 1. But they could have really just given him that finesse. It would have made no difference. Valverde, on the other hand, I absolutely love. I think this card is most definitely in that very usable, especially for the price that you're paying for him. Rudiger, I'd probably go with the same. He's not really had a great amount of love in this game. He obviously got the Winter Wildcard, the honourable mentions, and that's kind of it. He's got the Anticipate, the Bruiser, the Block, but in terms of centre-back point of view, we've kind of been there already. And then the final one is going to be Martinez until we get more objectives and also SBCs. 382. I mean, again, long ball pass, relentless, jockey, anticipate. It's a solid card. He's got himself the pace to defend and the physical. But, I mean, you're going to have people with a quadruple defensive playstyle plus. So he would be underneath them, unfortunately for me. So I would go into more of the very usable and kind of keep him there. Now, that is going to be the list for today. Let me know down below what you think. And I'll catch you all for Liga Portugal and Liga F tomorrow. Peace.